Frances did a beautiful job, and she created a story that was probably maybe more commercially focused on a lot of the humor in Vance's life, but what resonated a lot with me was why, as a 12-year-old, he had to leave home. And I want Vance to talk about that, but it had to do with violence in the home. It had to do with the fact that he found out that his father had two families, and the father had to make a choice, and it wasn't Vance's family. And that really started the snowball effect into all of this, like, I don't want to call it dysfunction or what have you, but and then, you know, the stories of him getting shot many times and the people that came to his rescue. And thinking as somebody that came from a beautiful family with such loving parents and had a coddling existence, and the importance of family and understanding that our futures are all based on our past.
First, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. It's a pleasure. And for the last few nights, I've been having this, excuse me, out-of-body experience, because never in a million years did I've ever expected any of this to even happen to me or for me. You know, so I'm constantly thanking God, because I know where it comes from. You know, I'm not stupid, I'm not blind. I know where all this blessing is coming from, because it's not man, it's God. You know, and I realize that now. I used to have a lot of faith in man, and then I lost faith in man, because I realized that man didn't have faith in himself a lot of times. And so I reached out to God, even after I thought that God had abandoned me, left me for stray. You know, I was one of those kids that felt invisible, you know, growing up, you know. But one of the things that I'm so proud of is the fact that I had a functional family. I had a mother and father. I had a grandparents that loved me. I had a grandparents and mother and father who taught me values and instilled these values in me, you know. And when my father decided to wear us, hey, you know, you became 18 with a truck driver, that, hey, I get another family out here. And when we found out about it, was the weirdest way. He was taken down there, Northern California, and would tell us, these are your cousins we're going to be staying with. I noticed, first thing I noticed was they looked like exactly like me. So I said, okay, cuz. And as we started talking with the kids, they said, well, that's our dad. I said, how's your dad? It's my dad. And so I realized that this dude was living a double life. He had a family up here and a family down there. His biggest mistake was taking my sister down there. She couldn't hold her tongue. She came back and told my mom. And you know, they divorced. And when they divorced, I was around 11, and my mom told me that I was the man of the house. At 11 years old. She said, you were the man of this house. How do you become the man of the house at 11 years old? But with me, I took it seriously, because I love my family. And I love my brothers and sisters. And we went from this functional family to this dysfunctional family, because then she started bringing the individuals in who didn't even care, didn't have the same values as my father. And regardless of what you say about him or what you think about him, he worked hard, he went to college, and he provided for his family. He didn't cuss, he didn't drink, he was just a super guy, and I loved him and I respect him. But when he left, he took that from me. And I felt he took that from me. Father Greg once said something once. He said that it's never what we run to, it's always what we run from. I never ran to a gang to join a gang to hurt people. I ran to the gang, it was what I was running from, is why I joined the gang. You know? And what I was running from was all the things that just happened to me at 12 years old. All the dysfunctional things that just happened, the lack of love from my mother throwing her own child out there. This is what I was running from. And when I was running from, caused me to help start a gang, get up into all this. I went to juvenile hall so many times where they knew my name by name. So when I came out, come on, Vance, you know the process. Because I felt more safer in juvenile hall than I did on the streets with my mom. Because I had lost trust and I lost faith. I lost faith in God, because I couldn't believe God would even do this to me. As I started gang banging, I decided to join this side and represent this color and be this part of the gang. My best friend growing up with me, you know, didn't gang bang at first, but yet he decided to join another gang a few years later. By this time, I had a gang, a little reputation, because I grew up practicing martial arts, so I know a little fight a little bit. I used to always wanted to fight for my friends. If you had a problem with somebody who's my friend, let me fight. No, they're not going to do that to you. I got you. You know, and so I became pretty much a protector for my friends. And I remember my best friend, I was standing in front of this restaurant one day, and I was ordering some food, fast food restaurant, and I seen these cars pull up, didn't think nothing about it. I seen the guys get out, knew the color was wrong, they had the wrong rags on, and I seen my friend coming towards me. And when my friend came towards me, I felt a little bit secure. Then the next thing you know, I started fighting these guys, these grown men fighting this little kid. And I wondered why he was trying to pull me towards the back of the restaurant. They fighting me, I'm fighting these guys, these are grown men fighting the kid. And finally, when they get me back of the restaurant, I see my friend. And I'm like, yo, man, they're trying to kill me, they're trying to kill me. And he turned around and he pulled out the gun. And he said, I'm sorry. And he shot me. It was his initiation into the game. So as he shot me the first 4 times, I dropped, I got up and I ran. He shot me twice in the back. So I laid down there and I just played dead. I said, okay, I just played dead. They threw me in the trunk, took me in the alley, threw me out the alley. And I just played dead. I was laying in the alley and my mind was hoping, I hate to say this, my mind was hoping that I died that day because I was tired. My young body was so tired I didn't want to even live no more. So I laid in that alley bleeding. And I remember originally, my friend, he come, he hold me, he's crying. I'm sorry, man, they made me do it. It was my initiation in the game, I'm sorry. And he seen the tears roll in my eyes. And I'm thinking, oh God, he thinking, you know I'm alive. He's going to tell the rest of them. And they're going to come shoot me some more. But he said, I'm not going to say no. I know you're alive, man, please. And so he finally, the guy said, come on, man, we got to go, we got to go. They jumped in the car and they took off. And I laid there. And I laid there, and I laid there with all these shots in me bleeding. I wanted to die. I was tired. At about 13 and 14 years old, I was already tired of it because I had been through so much. And I didn't want to live no more. So I laid there just waiting, whatever was going to take place. And it was this dog just kept barking, kept irritating the hell out of me. That made me get up and walk up out the alley. Because I got tired of the dog just at the gate barking at me. Let me die, I thought, because I'm about to die anyway. And I got up out the alley. I got up because the dog was barking, actually. And I walked out the alley, and there was a Mexican couple right there. And they started hollering and screaming, put me in their truck. Took me to Martin Luther King Hospital. I woke up 3 days later with the family still on the side of the bed with me. That Mexican family still on the side of the bed, who adopted me right then and there in the spot. You know? And after that, it didn't get better. I got worse. Because I was still running from where I was running from. It's been a struggle since I've been out, but I love every single day. Everybody said, Vance, you smile too much. Well, I'm trying to find out why you not. Every day is a perfect day. To me, my worst day out here has been my best day.